Once upon a time, in a serene village hidden between towering mountains, there lived a Zen master named Tenzin. His monastery was nestled on a hill, surrounded by lush trees and winding paths that led to crystal-clear streams. Tenzin was a man of few words, but his presence alone radiated peace. People from distant lands sought his wisdom, hoping to discover the secret to living a joyful and fulfilling life. One bright morning, a young monk named Jiro arrived at the monastery. He was eager to learn the ways of peace and happiness, but deep inside, there was a sense of restlessness that refused to leave him. Jiro had spent many years studying under different teachers, practicing meditation and engaging in spiritual rituals. But no matter how hard he tried, he felt like something was always missing. Determined to find the missing piece of his happiness, Jiro approached Master Tenzin. "Master," he began, his voice filled with frustration, "I've been on a long journey, seeking happiness and understanding. I've meditated, studied the ancient scriptures, and followed the teachings of many great monks. Yet I feel lost. Why can't I find true happiness?" Master Tenzin looked at Jiro with kindness and patience. Without saying a word, he invited the young monk to join him on a walk. The two of them strolled silently through the monastery's garden, where flowers bloomed in every color, birds sang from the trees, and the air was rich with the scent of pine. After a while, they reached a small, peaceful pond at the edge of the garden. The water was still, reflecting the bright blue sky and the gentle sway of the trees around it. Tenzin gestured toward the pond. "Jiro, tell me what you see." Jiro looked carefully at the water. "I see the sky and the trees. The world reflects perfectly. It looks peaceful." Tenzin nodded. "Yes, this pond is calm and clear. But tell me, what do you think would happen if I threw a stone into the water?" Jiro thought for a moment, then replied, "The water would ripple, and the reflection would be disturbed. The peace would be broken." "Exactly," the master said. "Just like the water, our minds are calm and clear when there are no disturbances. But when we allow desires, expectations, fears, or attachments to take root, our peace is disturbed. The reflection of the world, our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, becomes cloudy. The stillness of our mind is disrupted." Jiro was quiet, absorbing the metaphor. The master continued, "Happiness is much like this pond. When we are present and mindful, our minds remain calm and clear, and happiness naturally arises from within. But when we allow the stones, our worries, attachments, and desires, to disturb us, happiness becomes elusive, just as the ripples disturb the water." Jiro looked down at the pond, feeling as if the master's words had struck a chord deep within him. "But master," he asked, "how do we stop the stones from being thrown into the water? How can we remain still and calm in a world so full of distractions and desires?" Master Tenzin smiled gently. "Ah, you see, Jiro, the world will always have its distractions. The challenge is not to remove the stones, but to change how we react to them. In life, we cannot control everything that happens around us, but we can control how we respond. If we let go of our attachments to the past or our anxieties about the future, if we stop chasing after fleeting desires, our minds will remain like the still pond, clear and calm, no matter the storms that may come." Jiro thought deeply about this. "But is it really possible to live without attachments, Master? How can we stop desiring things like success, wealth, or even love?" The Zen Master's eyes softened. "Desires are a natural part of being human. It is not wrong to desire things, but when we cling to them with desperation, we create suffering. Imagine you are holding a rope, pulling it with all your might. The tighter you pull, the more your hands hurt. But if you simply let go, you are free. The same is true with desires. You can still have goals, ambitions, and dreams. But when you learn to let go of the need to control the outcome, you find freedom." Jiro was quiet for a long time, his mind racing. "So you are saying that true happiness comes from letting go of our need to control and our attachments?" "Yes," Tenzin replied. "True happiness comes from living in harmony with the present moment, free from the need to grasp at things that are not permanent. Happiness does not come from accumulating wealth, possessions, or status. It comes from cultivating a peaceful mind, accepting life as it is, and being fully present in each moment." Jiro took a deep breath, realizing the truth in the master's words. He had been chasing happiness his whole life, always searching for it in the future or in material things. But now he understood that the key to happiness was within him all along. It was about embracing the present, letting go of his fears and desires, and accepting life's natural flow. Over the weeks that followed, Jiro dedicated himself to the practice of mindfulness. He spent his mornings meditating by the pond, focusing on his breath, letting go of the thoughts that came and went like clouds in the sky. He learned to appreciate the simple joys in life, the sound of birds singing, the warmth of the sun on his skin, the quiet rustling of the trees in the wind. With each passing day, his heart became lighter, his mind clearer. Jiro's transformation did not happen overnight, but gradually he found peace. The restlessness that had once consumed him began to fade. He realized that happiness was not a destination to reach, but a state of being, a way of living in alignment with the present moment. One day, as Jiro sat in meditation, a group of villagers arrived at the monastery, seeking wisdom from Master Tenzin. They had heard of Jiro's journey and asked him what had changed for him. Jiro smiled and shared his experience. Happiness is not something you seek outside yourself, he explained. It is found when you release your attachment to outcomes, to possessions, and to desires. It is when you live in the moment, fully present and open to whatever life brings. The key is to embrace simplicity, acceptance, and gratitude. When you let go of the need for control, you find the peace that has always been within you. The villagers left the monastery that day with a new sense of understanding, inspired by Jiro's wisdom. And as for Jiro, he continued his path, now more peaceful than ever, sharing the Zen master's teachings wherever he went. And so, Master Tenzin's teachings about happiness spread far and wide, touching the hearts of many. The lesson was simple yet profound. True happiness is not something you can chase.